Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and we have our first Bulge on Bulge report. Finished it today and I thought you guys might want to see it. It only took us an hour and a half to play it, which is quite quick for our games. So it'll be about up to 40 minutes because we did a lot of recorded a lot of the rolling, but we got to see some new things in play. We got to see the Tiger 2s, we got to see Pershings, so basically a lot of big cats in play, but more importantly we got to see the new Bulge German book. So let's get stuck into it. So this is my Bulge German list for today. So new book, new models, new stats that we get to use. So I'm using an SS Tiger 2 company, and I'll explain reasons why. So my formation is 1 SS Tiger 2 as the HQ, then I have a platoon of 2, and then I have a platoon of 4 late SS Panthers, and then I have an armoured SS Panzer Grenadier platoon with one of the half tracks upgraded with an anti-tank gun, and then rounding off up to £100 I have the lucky card. So why do I only have 3 Tiger 2s? Because that's all I have, and I've had them for years and I've never had a chance to use them, so today's going to be nice. So that's why there's only 3, and obviously new as well, and I am only using 3 because it costs so much to use. So we have a HQ, and he will be veteran, and everything else is trained unless he is close by. And then we have new late Panthers, so that's front 10, so nice, and the new late SS Panzer Grenadier platoons have Panzerfaust Limited 2. So it's not really going to be overly competitive, it's just I'm probably ever going to run it once and it'll be good to see on the channel, and it's going to be sometime before the new plastic Tiger 2s come out anyway, so it might give you a chance to see them in action. And I have the lucky card because at some point I'm going to roll really low on my armour save, and I'll need that to save some very expensive tanks. So that is it. I'm planning to go manoeuvre with them. I know Jimmy will probably go attack, but I just feel manoeuvre might be a better option, even though, well, so everything is quite mobile in this. Well, quite mobile, it is mobile. Okay, so let's have a look at what Jimmy is bringing. Okay, and this is Jimmy's list today, so he is using Bulge American, so nice to see both Bulge books and a go against each other. This formation is a late Veteran Sherman company, so he has a HQ of 2 late Shermans, both with 76s, and then we have 2 platoons of 3, 2 are upgraded to 76s, and 1 is upgraded to a jumbo 76. So lucky I didn't take any of the brigade formations, because these would have just been obliterated by the 8012 here. Also, something new as well, we have 3 Pershings. Now again, this is a model I've had for years, but I have used these once, but it is nice to see these guys out of the box. So I had to do a lot of dusting to get these guys out. And we also have a Bastogne parachute rifle platoon. So I don't think we've used the Bastogne variant of the paratroopers. I know we've used the gliders. So basically same stats as the D-Day ones, but they have a 2+ last stand, and they're armed with 7 bases with rifle MGs, a bazooka and a mortar. And then we have a armoured recon patrol with just 1 Greyhound, 1 MG Jeep and 1 mortar Jeep. And that is it. So a small list again for the Americans, so it could be a quick game or it could be very dicey with us ducking around the place trying to dodge shots, although my armour will be more than a match for the 8012, not so much the Pershing, so it could be a job to get rid of these guys first. So that is it. So we will pick our stances and we will see what mission we have. Right then, so we both picked manoeuvre, we rolled off Jimmy as the initial attacker, and we ended up getting scouts out, which is also known as into the unknown. So Jimmy is going to be attacking from this corner, and this is where my objectives are being placed, and I will be defending over here with objective here and here. So it is a meet and engagement, so we again will have to roll off to see who attacks. It is delayed reserve, so hopefully my the 2 units I have starting will be able to last long enough, because my Tiger 2s are going to be in reserve. And Jimmi is in a better position because he's basically put the 2 Sherman platoons in reserve, because it adds up nicely to 40 points. So starting now the Pershings, the Recon, the HQ and the Paras. And starting for me will be the Panthers and the Grenadiers. Should we just roll off now and see who's starting? Well, let's say who's got first turn. So I get a 3, you get a 2, so I will be the attacker turn 1. We'll go back and change that because we haven't even deployed yet. So we'll deploy then roll again, because obviously knowing you're going first is a big difference. So yeah, we'll change that. Okay, so now we're doing things properly. So we've deployed. So we did it one by one. So the SS Grenadiers are deployed on the objective. I've got the half tracks in the rear because they're not really going to be useful for anything. And then my Panthers are deployed here. I would put them there, but the problem is there's Pershings across the river, and if they hit me, though I am front armor 10, 11 for range, these are 80, 14, and I'm also aggressive, so a bit going to be cagey with that lot. And they're there thanks to the spearhead from the armoured recon, and along them as well is the 2 HQs, and then we've got the paratroopers there ready to move on to that objective most likely. So now we can roll to see who goes first. I got a 2 and that's cocked. So you're going first. So we have American, turn 1. Okay, so Americans have done their movement. Of course, the Persians have done a tactical move up onto the ridge, which doesn't look good for the Panthers. And then we got the HQ moving into cover with the recce behind, and then the paratroopers have moved out from the woods to secure this objective. So we will now be going into American shooting. Okay, so there's only 3 guns firing really, isn't it? So basic value for my Panthers is 3s. So you hit me on 4s because of range, because I won't get concealment. So 2 hits. How would you like to assign them?
1 on the one in cover.
Yep.
And then just the next one.
Yeah, so it'll be easiest one. So I'll try and swap it to this guy from that guy. So can I swap it? It's cocked. I can. So it's on the unit leader and this guy. So the unit leader, my front armor is 11. I need 3 to equal. So I bounce, and then the guy at the back is an equal. So a 3 up firepower will bail him.
Nope.
We got 1. So just about survived that one then. So there we go. So that is American turn. So now we go into German turn 1. Okay, German movement. The only thing I did is I called in my half tracks on the other side of the river, and I basically mounted up and moved the Grenadiers over to this objective, and I've done a follow me as well. And that is going to be it. So I'm keeping the Panthers where they are, and they're all going to turn their turrets to the looming Pershings over there, because gone to ground isn't really going to do me any good here, so I might as well fire at them. So I will have 8 shots. The only problem is James will get concealment from the ridge because he is hull down, and range, so we'll be hitting on 6s opposed to 4s. So, but I do get 4 6s though. So your unit leader, I will have the double hit on him. Well, it makes much difference. So 80, 14. Okay, so double dice on him, so 4s to equal on unit leader. 1 goes through, and then the guy in the middle. 1 goes through, and the guy on the end, 1 goes through. Right, so your unit leader is dead. The guy in the middle is dead. The guy on the end is bailed. And last standing. I do have a lucky card, but I feel well, you watch him now kill the rest of these Panthers by himself. But yeah, that's my shooting. So in the assault step now, I will do I'll do a shoot and scoot and then play around with them. No, never mind. That's easy. So that is it. So now we go into American turn 2. Okay, so that's 2 Pershings dead. So only motivation for James is going to be a last stand. You will be able to re-roll thanks to the HQ being there, but they're only confident, so it will be a 4+. First one's a 1, second one... Well, the Pershings have done well. That's unfortunate. So, well, it's better for me. And the game might last a bit longer. So he drives away, quick sharpish, and then we'll get into your movement. Okay, so American movement. The paratroopers here tried to dig in, but failed. Yeah, they're just going to stay on the ground. The 2 Sherman HQs are moved around this way. Because with stabilizers, they will have still 4 shots onto my half tracks, and the recon unit is just staying behind the ridge. So that's it. So now we go into shooting. So no doubt you're going to go for them. So there'll be 4 shots. It'll be 3s normally, 4's concealment, 5's for range, 6's for stabilizers. That's unfortunate. And then I think your Greyhound is blocked, and the MG and the Jeep's is probably gonna be out of range anyway. And yep, that is your turn. So the turns are going quick. So let's get into German turn 2. Okay, German movement. My half tracks are pushed up to the edge of the field, which is great because it's still long range from the Sherman 76s. And my panthers have moved up a bit, all tactical, so these 3 will be able to get shots on the American infantry. And then this guy's just moved up, so I can assign hits to him from the 76s when they move up onto the ridge, because the turrets facing certain ways will make it a bit tricky, and I don't want to have a fluky thing like that. But it means James will have to think about clearing the objective with the tanks or trying to get the panthers, so well, we'll see. So we'll go into German shooting. Okay, so first thing, my half track's going to open up onto the recon unit. So they are just slightly behind the ridge, and if they're not, they got the field in the way. So I will be hitting on 6's because the concealment and gone to ground because they're scouts. So I will fire the MGs first. So let's try not to sway the camera too much. So 12 shots. These are going to hit on 6's. That's going to be a 3. So that is 1 on each so far, and then I'll fire the cannon. That misses. So the Greyhound, I think, is going to be fine. I think Greyhound is front 2, but these just have a 4+ save, and then if you fail it, they die. So the guy at the front with the mortar is dead, and the MG is oh dear. We'll maybe try some new dice. So they're done, and then we'll fire the panthers. Okay, so now I'm firing the panthers. So the one who's in the middle of the street, basically, he's only really going to be able to get that front guy there. So I'll fire him and assign all the hits to him, and then I'll fire the other 2, which can get a bit more. So it'll be on 6's. Which
these guys in range?
No, it's because the building will clip over. So, and then I think they have got 4 shots. Double check. Yeah, there are 4 shots, and then 8 more shots coming in, and 2 more. So I shall assign 1 to a bazooka, and I'll assign 1 to the mortar as well. So obviously you can fob him off, but not off that guy because he's the only eligible target.
I'll fob off the bazooka if I can.
Okay, yeah, of course, try. You do, so assign it to anyone. Okay, and then you got a save. So the mortar first, if you want to. Mortar is okay. Rifle team next to him is okay, and then the other rifle team is dead. And because they're not dug in, straight up dead. And that will be it for my turn. So now we go into American turn 3, where they have a chance to roll for reserves. Okay, so going into American turn 3, 1 motivation is a last stand on the Greyhound, but he will get a re-roll. 1 won't be enough. 5 might be enough. Yeah, 5+ is the minimum they need, and because it is turn 3, you get 1 dice for reserves. No. Okay, so we continue into American movement. Okay, American movement. The 76s have done a tactical move into short range, I'm going to guess, yeah. And the paratroopers have finally dug in. So that is it. So we are now going into shooting. So no doubt the 76s are going on to the HTs. So it would be 3s normally, 4s concealment, 5s because of stabilizers. Oh, there you go. All of them are hit. Okay, so anti-tank gun first. Firepower, not going to be able to stop that. So we'll just go, yeah. So anti-tank gun is bailed. That one is bailed. That guy is dead, and that guy is dead. Okay, so I was getting worried for you there. Okay, but my guys jump out, and I will need to do saves for them, so we'll do that in a sec. Okay, so these are the guys bailing out of the half track. So the unit leader first, is he okay? He is dead, and then we have the other 2 guys. Another guy dies. I think it's the last time I used SS when the half tracks died. They just died with them. So we'll keep that guy where he is. These 2 are dead. The unit is pinned, and I lose 2 half tracks. Not too much to worry about, I think. So there we go, and that'll be it for your. Oh no, your Greyhound can fire if you want to.
You might well.
Okay, so last to fire now, the Greyhound is short range, concealed onto the half track, so it'll be 2 dice on 4s. 2 hits. Now basically, he can't see the anti-tank gun, so it's both on him, so it's anti-tank 7, so I can equal on 6s here, so... Well, there's 1 equal, and then there's a chance to kill. I think 5 powers... 5 up, is it?
Do you want me to roll separate?
Which one do you want to roll first? The kill or the bail?
Roll the kill first.
Go the kill first, here we go. That's cocked. That's a kill. So, 2 saves for the other guys in that one. 1 dice. So, my infantry are dropping down a little bit, so not happy with that. So we will go now into German turn 3. Okay, so motivation steps first. So I have a pin down unit that will not rally, and then I have a last stand on the half tracks, which are fearless on a 3+. That fail, but so those half track drives away, and the remaining 2 guys jump out. And then I have 1 dice for reserves. King Tigers! So they'll be coming in, and we'll continue with the rest of German movement. Okay, so the King Tigers have moved on to here. I tried to dig in the Grenadiers, but they failed, so they just gone to ground. They will get some bulletproof cover from the wrecks, which will be nice. And one of my panthers has moved, so you'll just be in range of this guy in the end. So that will be it. So we will go into shooting. So first up, it will be long range concealment, because I'll double check the measurement on how far I am from the edge, but I think it might be concealment. Yes, it is 2 inches, so there'll be 2 long range shots with concealment. So there's 2 shots needing 6s, but if they hit you, it will be going straight through. No, you're fine. Okay, so the panthers, the 3 who haven't moved will be firing their main guns, and the guy who just moved, who can only hit 1 guy, will be firing the MGs. So I'll fire him first, needing 6s. That's cocked. 1 6, so that is an MG, so we'll put that there. And then the guy who fires straight up in a line, again needing 6s. No. And then the other 4, which can pretty much see everyone. No. So just 1 3-up save on your rifle team. Yep, pass. And that will be it for my turn. So we go into American turn 4. Okay, yep, so first thing the Americans need to do is motivation to us a last stand. So it is a 5+, but with a reroll. So, you get it. And then 2 dice for reserves. So that a 6 and a 4, so one of them is coming in, but same unit anyway. So yeah, we're getting more units on the table now. So we'll go into American movement. Okay, American movement, we have a Sherman platoon have moved on, hiding behind the woods, and then next turn, I think James said, he'll be So you're building them up into get into a better position for next turn. So we're going into the shooting. So looking at it, because of the wrecks, all these guys will be in bulletproof cover apart from this guy on the left. So the Sherman 76s don't have a HE, so there will be 50 cals come in. So these are the 50 cals. So I am 3s normally, 4's concealment, 5's gone to ground, because some of them are short range. None. Okay, and then your 30 cals. So I think it's 3 again, isn't it? Or was it 2?
I can only hit these two.
Okay, yeah, so can only hit these 2.
4 shots.
But 4 shots, okay, yeah, so 2 each. None again. And then the Greyhound has 50 cals as well. So I think the main gun has HE, doesn't have HE either, does it? Or does it? Well, what would you rather fire?
I'll fire the MGs.
Okay, so 3 shots again. Oh, that's a bit rotten. Okay, and then I suppose the only other thing you could fire is the mortar from your paratrooper platoon. If it has the range, you would lose on the ground though, that's the only problem. Yeah? Okay, right. Maybe those dice you roll in, don't put them back in the box, we'll get different ones.
I don't have any dice left.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going into German turn 4. Okay, German turn 4, I need to try and rally this platoon here. They do not, so I can roll 1s as well, James. Okay, and then I have 2 dice for reserves. This is my last go. Well, next turn they will be coming on. That's 1 cocked dice there. No, so not this turn. So we will continue into German movement. Okay, German movement. My panthers are going to remain stationary from now. The tigers just did a tactical. I didn't want to do a blitz because their skill is only a 4 if they haven't got their HQ around. I think if I had got my HQ on, he would have been by here and it'd have got a bit better. So I moved into the edge of the field so I can shoot without concealment onto the 2 Shermans. So it's going to be 2 dice on 5s this time because it's still long range. No hits. And now I'm going to fire all the panthers, which are short range on at least 1 guy until this guy dies. So that's 8 shots, hitting on 6s because you're still gone to ground. That's 1, so I'll have on a bazooka, please. Okay. He does swap it off, so it's a save on a rifle team, I'm guessing, or you're going to put on a mortar.
Rifle team.
Okay. Oh, he's okay. Do I shoot and scoop them? I think I'm more or less happy with where they are. Just gonna have to. They're still front armor is more or less actually. I'll do a shoot and scoop with them. They do. So I'll move them, and we'll go into American turn 5. Okay, so that's where the shoot and scoot ended. So basically, turn the turrets. The hulls around a bit more, just to give them a bit more protection, and put them all into more or less concealment. So this guy might be the more open one. Oh no, there's the craters in front of him. So they'll be okay. So we'll go into American motivation. So your 5+ last stand was a reroll. So first attempt, no. Second attempt, well, he's sticking around. And then there's no point rolling your 3 dice for reserves because they'll be coming in anyway. So we'll see what happens at the end of American movement. Okay, American movement, the reserve unit is come on here, and yes, we have Shermans coming out to play with the big boys. So 2 of these Shermans are short range on that panther right on the end of the field there. And the Greyhound has moved up just to get more of the infantry in range. And that is it, so we are going into American shooting. Okay, so we're going to be starting onto the Shermans, firing onto the infantry again. So your 6 shots, so 3's normally, 4's concealment, 5's gone to ground. 1 this time. Guessing you will put it on to. It has to be the easiest target, so it will be one of these 2. So assign that one as the 50 cal and then fire your 30 cals. So again, 5's, so 2 more. So it can only go to the 2 front guys. So I suppose then you can put the 50 onto the guy in the open, I suppose. To which I'll try and swap onto that guy in bulletproof cover. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. So he swaps to there. Okay, so the two guys at the front, one potential, and the guy at the back, one potential. So a 6 to kill one of these guys. No, and a 5 to kill that guy. No. But 3 hits so far. Well, they're already pinned. So. Okay, and then you have 2 shots from your greyhound. One more hit to guess a guy in the open.
Yeah.
I'll try and swap it. Nope. I guess save first. I pass. Otherwise, that would have been a kill. Okay, and then we will do the Shermans onto the Panthers. So I am concealed. So 4 of them. So because one's long range. So 4 of them are going to be hitting me on 3s normally, 4's concealment, 5s because of stabilizers. So roll those 4. 1, 2 hits. So that will be 1, 2, and then the guy at the back is going to be hitting on 6s because he is long range as well. And 1 more hit, so 1 on each. Now you can't see that guy, so that guy at the front is just going to... Ooh. I will swap him around. So this shot he is going to be long range on him anyway, so I'll try and swap him around. Which I do, so all of these are long range shots now. Okay. So the guy at the top, so my front armour is an 11, so basically 1s and you can bail me. So guy at the top is okay. Guy in the middle is okay. Other guy. Well, that would have been okay regardless of what was firing at me. So that was it. So that's your shooting done, unless you want to fire a mortar again, or try to. No? Okay. Right, so we go into German turn 5. So German turn 5, will my infantry rally? Yes, because they're fearless. There's no point rolling for my reserves because I'll be rolling 3 dice, so they'll be coming on, and that's it for my startup step, so we'll get into movement. German movement, my HQ was moved up tactical speed, so he's within 6 inches of my unit leader. These guys failed to dig in again, so he might actually have to jump over there and help them. Panthers, one of them has moved. This guy has moved into position where he can shoot at the Shermans as well. So basically, these 2 here are long range with concealment because of the craters. This guy is long range and that guy is short. So hopefully I can polish off 1 or 2 of them. And these guys aren't moving because I am long range, no concealment on one of the Shermans, but then I can splash it onto the other one anyway. So we will do that first in the shooting. So that is 4 shots hitting you on 5s. Now they're bound to hit something at some point. 1 cocked dice, just 1 hit. So it'll be the guy I can see clearly. Dead. Okay. So, and then the HQ will fire as well onto the remaining guy, so that will be 6. No. So then I'll put this camera on a stabilizer so we can do the panther shots. Okay, so panthers now. So we'll do the one who's short range, so I'll be hitting you on 4s to hit. So I'm going to assign the short range, so we'll do the short ranges as 6s, onto not the jumbo, and then I have another guy who's long range but with no concealment hitting on 5s, nothing, and then 3 more shots hitting on 6s, nothing. Okay, so you can swap one of the hits onto a jumbo, which you do. Yep, so then basically it's front 8 for range. So you can equal on a 6, because my 80 is 14, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Sherman 76 who is long range. Nope. And then the jumbo is still short range, so you're front 11, so you need a 3 to equal. You're trying to find a weighted dice here. There, that's the one. Right, to kill a jumbo. Yes. To kill a 76? No. I think... Is it time now for a lucky card? Because because then that unit will be last standing. Yes. No, so he's okay. Waste of a lucky card, but if I'm just going to roll a 2 into a 2, that's just going to happen, isn't it? So, going into my assault step now, I killed the jumbo, so I'm going to do a shoot and scoot on my Tiger 2s. Which I do not. Oh, no, I do not. And then I'll also try one on my panthers again as well. No, they definitely don't want to. So that's it. So now we're going into American turn 6. Okay, so first motivation is going to be a remount on your Sherman. It is protected ammo, so we'll be getting back in on a 3+. Back in, so you don't have to last stand then. And then you have a last stand then on your scout car. So, no, second attempt. No. So there we go, he's finally gone. But it would have been better to roll those previous motivations for that bloody Pershing that decided to run away. And that is it for American motivation. Of course, HQ doesn't have to do last stands, but he's a bit outgunned now by 3 KTs. And we'll go into American movement. Okay, American movement. Only movement is that last unit to arrive from reserves has done a cross-country dash around here. Starting to make their way through here, because at the moment this war of attrition is really going in my favour, because my armour and guns are just a bit better. So we will be going into American shooting. We'll start over here. So the 3 50 cal shots, it's still 5s. We got 3 hits though, so basically you can assign to there, and then obviously the guy in bulletproof cover, and then you got your 2 50 cals as well, so 30 cals, sorry, again needing 5s. Okay, right, so I'm going to try and swap into bulletproof cover, which I do. So now comes the saves. So we got the 2 guys at the front, 3+ infantry save required, 1 failed, and then the guy at the back pass. So a 5 up will kill him, and that is my unit leader we'll have to replace. Kill. So I shall move that back to there. So almost last stand in, but not quite yet. And then I'm guessing the Shermans here. So one of them is short range, so that'll be hitting me on 4s for concealment. 1 hit, so that guy is short range. And then 2 long range shots, so I'll just be 5s. 1 more hit. Okay, so I'm going to try and swap it off the short range guy to long, which I do. So these are all long range hits now. So 1s, and you can bail me. So first one, okay. Next one is okay. So luckily I managed to do that. And the only other thing you can shoot is your... No, you're keeping them on the ground. So now we're going into German turn 6. Okay, sorry, before we go into German turn, we are going to do some shooting scoots. So we got the HQ here, 3+ because of Yankee ingenuity, a 1. And then this guy's, these 2 over here, cock dice, a 2. So no is the answer to that question. So now we can go into German movement, because I have no motivations to do. Okay, so I moved my Tiger 2s up to try and finish off this last HQ. These guys are finally dug in, and these panthers are just going to remain where they are. Try and deal with this platoon first and then react to this one coming along. But if I can get rid of this platoon and the HQ, won't be a thing anyway. So we'll be going into German shooting. So we'll start off, I'll see what I need to hit everything with these guys, and then we'll roll up. Okay, so German shooting, my HQ will fire first. It'll be long range concealed, so I need a 6, which I miss. And then the other 2 are short range, but there is concealment, so I need 5s. And I get 1 hit, so surprise, surprise, kill. Okay, so now we need to carefully calculate the shots, because this guy is limited to what he can see, but if I can finish this platoon off, that could be game, and then James can flick through the German Bulge book, because he hasn't seen it yet. So we will film that now. Okay, so we have the guy in the town there. You can only see the guy in the middle. It is long range concealed, so you'll be hitting on 6s. He gets no hits. And then we have another guy who's long range and concealed, but can see everyone, so also 6s. There we go, there's 1. And then we have the guy who's long range, so 5s. And then finally the guy who's short range. who has 1 hit. So that's my short range hit. Obviously, if you swap them around, they're all going to be long.
Try to.
You do, so all of them are long range, so you have a chance to equal on 6s.
So.
Yeah, just roll them up. Both 2s. So the guy in the middle, he is dead. And then this is it, isn't it, James? Last one, dead.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I didn't lose any of my big tanks somehow, which is lucky for me. Very lucky. And this is probably the best Panthers have ever done in a game for me. Only required them to get an extra point of armour. That's all it did. Okay, so we'll do some manual matches. It's quite easy. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're Greyhound for just the fact that he just stayed around.
Okay.
Your 76s, your HQ killed stuff.
Yeah, with 50 cows.
Oh, they killed half tracks. Don't deny them that. Okay, we'll get some photos of the manual matches, and I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know how long the video will be at this point, but it's a bit shorter. But we get to see some new units, and it's always good to see a new book beating another book which isn't new.
Through poor dice rolling.
Through excellent skill, tactics and planning, and no doubt a little bit of luck. Okay, so post-battle talk. I think what we're saying is James was a tad aggressive with the Pershings. Maybe should have gone behind the ridge, stay hidden, and then blitz up with a 3+ tactical. But I said any other game that round of shooting, I could probably have lost 2-3 Panthers, maybe 1 build, and then last stand, and then not see my reserves till turn 3. I think a big thing though, I was really expecting the paratroopers to move through the town, because if you had, my Panthers would have had to move away from there, pushing me from this really good kill zone going through here.
I think if I kept the Shermans hidden as well, I would have forced you to be aggressive.
Yeah,
to come on to...
And as well, I was worried that your HQ would just pop up onto the ridge when all my Panthers were looking this way, because that would have definitely gone through.
You had the Tigers over there.
Yeah, but you weren't doing anything against the Tigers, really, if you know what I mean.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Side or front.
Yeah, so at that point when the Tigers were there, it was just a matter of time for me actually hitting you. And then it's just a firepower roll, isn't it? But yeah, it's just front 10 is actually quite nasty, really, isn't it? I think obviously hypervelocity makes a difference, but obviously the points, and that is it. So we'll take pictures of man of the matches, and there we go. We'll hopefully get another Bulge report done soon, and I'm doing one with Richard using the Nuts mission.